Hello and welcome back to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you beautiful ladies are my world. Welcome back. Welcome. If you are new to this channel, I hope you want to join my heaven of angels that are part of Chengi's Angels, and you subscribe and become part of this beautiful family. And if you're coming back for the second, third, fourth, 100th time, welcome back, beautiful angel. I completely missed you. I absolutely missed you. I was like getting withdrawal symptoms from not being able to share some of the insights and wisdom and grace that I've been learning and have learned and been wanting to share with you guys for such a long time. So ladies, welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about meeting the right guy but at the absolute wrong time. Hands up in the comment section. Put that emoji up in the comment section. Say yes, ma'am, in the comment section. If you have ever been in a situation where you fall for the right guy, I mean, the chemistry is off the chain. The affection, you are on the same platform. You are on the same mission. You are thinking and reading from the same book. You want the same things. Everything about this man is tick, 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 baby. You think I have finally found him, but oh my goodness, this is just not a man that's ready to be what you need. Something is off. And it's the timing. Why, oh why? I'm going to be sharing why that happens, what goes on in a man's brain, and why timing in relationships, especially for men, is a really crucial thing, and what you can do in that situation, or certainly what you can do to avoid that situation. Okay, so stay tuned to the very end, where I'm going to be talking more about what you can do to fix it, okay, or certainly to prevent it. So, yes, you're saying to me, yes, Chengi, yes, ma'am. You put your hands up in the comment section. Yes, you have. Make sure you put your hand up and say, yes, ma'am. And feel free to tell me about a story, a situation, a scenario where you fell in love with Mr. Perfection, but just at the wrong time. Now, the wrong timing can be defined in so many different ways. Maybe your guy has just come out of a relationship. He's perfect, but he's just come out of a relationship. Is he over his ex? Is he going to stick around? What happened? Is he going to try and take out on you what the ex did? It's just the wrong time. You're not ready for that kind of drama. Maybe your guy is just a little too young. You know, maybe if you just met 3 years from now, it'd have been perfect. But 3 years from now, you probably will not have the same options to have a family as you would have if he had met you 3 years from now. So it's a lose-lose. If he ever was old enough, he might want babies and you might not be able to do that. So what would you do? Your boo is way too young. Or perhaps you met this guy. It's amazing. But he's got a job in another city, another town. How could you have missed this opportunity? God knows life isn't always fair, and it sucks when you meet the right guy and it's just the wrong time. Now, girls, I know how we are wired. No, we don't mind. Feminine energy is flexible. We can flow with so many things. I mean, good Lord, should I just give up on him or should I try? You know, should we try and make this long distance thing happen? What can we do to try and make this work? Because feminine energy is creative. We're always trying to find a way to make things work. We're trying to find a way to make up, compensate, try and sort things out, trying to maneuver ourselves. But we're dealing with a man. He's not programmed like a woman. Now, what is it that makes a man so different? Why can't he just make this work? Why can't we put together a schedule? You call me every day and we visit each other once a month. It works for some couples. Are you just not that into me? Okay, so your marriage broke down. Maybe we could make it work. Maybe I could help you through your divorce. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you were young, but maybe we can work out the details. Maybe we can come to some sort of understanding because, hey, I'm a woman and I know when I found a good thing and I just don't want to lose it. But men are not like that, are they? A man is very different. He's wired differently. Men have a very clear blueprint for their life. They know where they want to be by a certain age, what they want to be doing. So if a man has a blueprint and in his mind, I will start thinking about marriage when I turn this age, it doesn't matter if you are a goddess, if you are the angel that has come down from heaven, and if you're one of my angels and you've been following my channel and you're a high value girl, right? It doesn't matter. He is not ready. It's not fitting into his time span. And a man can forage through high value women after high value women after high value women. He can hemorrhage a good woman over and over again. He can take her for granted. He can abuse her because the truth of the matter is he's not ready. And when he's not ready, nobody can make him ready. If he has decided that his career needs to take that turn and that's what his mind is on, that's what he's going to do. Sadly, they're not always very wise, and that always doesn't work because have you ever had that guy who makes that decision and then 2-3 years later is knocking on your door wanting a little bit of that something, wanting to get back with you and get some of that sweet loving that he let go of, but you've moved on, you're with somebody new, you're not interested, he just doesn't carry the same, and then he goes off and cries or goes off and feels sorry for himself. Why? Because men think that there will always be the same opportunity once they fulfill their little blueprint. They don't realize that good women will come when they come, that a good relationship, an amazing relationship, a wonderful relationship will be presented to them when it comes, not according to their time, not according to their blueprint. And so there are a lot of disgruntled, very unhappy men out there who are asking themselves, why can't I find a good woman? And I always say to them, I bet there was one in your history. I bet there was one that you passed up, but you were in pursuit of something less valuable. Now you got your car, now you got your house, now you got your stuff, and you just can't find the girl that you said goodbye to when she was right there in front of you. Anywho, is there a loss? Okay, we can't cry over spilled milk. Some men have it in them. Some men, the very rare few, have it in them to grab that girl and run with her. But they also tend to be men with no real goals, no real ambition. They're kind of waiting for something amazing to happen. So it all depends on how life works out for you. However, babe girl, what therefore shall you do? I feel that there are two things that you can do. I believe that there are people out there, there are coaches out there who will tell you that if you send them a certain kind of text, if you jiggle a certain kind of way, position yourself a certain kind of way, you could change a man's mind. You could get him to see you as a person who is more valuable than his blueprint. Am I saying that doesn't happen? Absolutely. Am I saying there's anything wrong with that approach? Absolutely not. But you know me, girl, I don't really do the tricks. I don't really do the no. I'm just down with what's real. I'm down with keeping it real and never manipulating anyone into getting what you want. I truly believe in authenticity, being real, and never getting what you want at the cost of somebody else. There are two things that you can do. You can allow him to keep you in his life, but be sure to always be in the back row. If you're okay being the girl that he is not quite ready for, then you will always be in the back seat. You will come second to his career, you'll come second to his family, you'll come second to everything, and before you know it, you're the girl in the back of the row asking for a little bit of me. Hello? Do you remember me? It's me, that girl. And you'll be the one, doing that. I look pretty today. Hey, and maybe some of you watching this have become that girl, the girl in the back row, the girl who's still waiting for the boy to propose, the boy to make you guys exclusive, the boy to make you a priority. And if you can't find the magic, go find it. But for me, my option would always be, and my best advice to you if you find yourself in that scenario, is to really embrace the beauty of the gift of that moment. I believe that some things that God brings into our lives are there to give us light. Sometimes we need to meet that person in passing to remind us that a connection is possible, to remind us that when we thought we would never find somebody to love us or care about us or give us, the love and understanding that we received, that life in a way just sort of passed by, just sort of waved his hand and said, hey, there's hope, just keep holding on. There's that possibility. And I think sometimes instead of taking that fleeting moment as a sign that there's more where this came from, that there's something more permanent, more wonderful waiting for you, that you just needed to encounter this to open your mind perhaps to the concept of being with somebody younger, or the concept of being in a long distance relationship, or the concept, it was just to open your minds to possibilities that are out there. If we embrace those kind of happenings as some sign of hope, and we don't grieve over missed opportunities, because what really kills us is that missed opportunity, because you've been single for a while, you've been waiting, you've been praying, you've been hoping, you've been doing everything possible, and then you meet this amazing guy, and you're thinking to yourself, boy oh boy, why can't I keep? Why does it have to be taken from me? Why is this being taken away from me? And so we grieve the loss of what we think was ours. But one of the things I know for sure is that if something is yours and God wants you to have someone or have something, it's not so easily taken away. It has a way of being present, so tangible, so havable. And I think sometimes we get impatient for that. So once you just shift your paradigm and shift your mindset and think to yourself, you know what, that was a gift, that was a nod from God saying, there is somebody out there who really truly resonates. This might not be the one, but if you hold on a little bit longer and you continue to open your heart and keep doing what you're doing, it's a little bit like digging for gold. If you find a little bit of a nugget, it might not be enough for you to quit your job and live the life of Riley. But it tells you that in this land, there's much more treasure. So the Bible tells us of a man who went across a field and he saw a treasure, and he went and sold everything he had and he bought the whole field. He bought the field because he understood that there's a little bit of treasure there that is for me to see how much more is hidden, how much more is available. So sometimes we find these men and they're like little treasures, and it's our way of sort of, if we were half-hearted about our prayers, or if we were half-hearted about our pursuit, if we were doubtful that there is such a connection possible, this should spur us on to really go further and pray more and wait and try and use the techniques and the things that we'll be learning to really position ourselves to get more, the gold that will belong to ours, not something that might be stolen. He could have taken the treasure and ran off with it, but he would have never been as wealthy as he became when he started to dig for more. Because if you see a little bit, there must be more. And that's sort of God's way of saying, if you can meet this guy, they're more where that came from. You're in the right position, you're in the right place, you're digging in the right place, you see. So it's really just about shifting that paradigm and really letting go of it. One of the things that I've noticed is that if you let go, if you decide to let go of a guy because the timing is not right, either in time the timing will come back again. Life is very cyclical. It goes round in circles. The thing that you lose today will come back to you, but when it does come back to you, sometimes it is the right time. I had a guy that I dated a while ago, and he had to work abroad. The timing was completely off, but we just totally, absolutely, were feeling each other and really on the same wavelength. And he came back into my life. He'd moved back into England. He'd moved back into town. And it was just perfect again. It was the right timing. So whilst I grieved losing him at that point, he came back. And this has happened more than enough times. So whether he's too young, a time might come where he does kind of click in, and maybe 3 years from now you're still single, or you've broken up, and whatever. I believe that it's better to let it go, because you're not going to allow any toxicity, trying like the first scenario to get attention, and then having to do ridiculous things to get that attention, and having to do foolish things to get that attention, and then ruining a relationship, as opposed to letting it go and realizing that if you let it go, the time will correct itself and it will come back to you. One of the things that we struggle with a lot as women is letting things go. And maybe for you, you're in a relationship right now and you're asking yourself, what is wrong? And perhaps you need to actually ask yourself, could the timing be wrong in this relationship? Could it just be an issue of bad timing? Maybe there's something going on with him. Maybe his blueprint is just so strong. And perhaps you owe yourself the right to move on, to let go. And perhaps if you keep digging in that same well, you're going to find the treasure that you need. That great, amazing guy who is just relationship ready, who, that's happened to me before, where I've let go of somebody because the timing was wrong. And I meet a guy who's relationship ready to treat any woman he meets like a princess, And there's something so satisfying about meeting a guy who's just ready, who's in that time and space in his life, because he's not trying to slow things down. He's moving things, he's progressing things forward, he's building momentum, it's on and popping, it's all so exciting. And that is really what you need. It builds you up and makes you feel great. So I hope this video was really helpful for you. Ladies, I'm so glad to see you again. If you like this content, make sure you press the like button, subscribe, and share. Share. I am so looking forward to seeing you again on my next video. Take care of you. Love you lots. Mwah.